The world today is standing on the edge of uncertainty, where a single decision, a single strike, or even a single misunderstanding can change the course of global history. What we are witnessing in the Middle East is not just another conflict. It is a slow-burning crisis that has the potential to turn into a full-scale global confrontation. The tension between Iran, Israel, and the United States has reached a level where every move matters, every reaction counts, and every delay could either prevent disaster or accelerate it. And in the middle of this growing storm, an unexpected player is stepping forward: Pakistan. The roots of this conflict go deeper than recent headlines. For years, Iran and Israel have existed in a state of indirect confrontation, a shadow war fought through intelligence operations, cyber attacks, and proxy forces. But now, that shadow war is stepping into the light. Recent reports suggest that Israel has carried out a series of calculated strikes inside Iran, targeting critical infrastructure, especially energy facilities that are vital to Iran's economy. Thick smoke rising over Tehran is not just a symbol of destruction, but a signal to the world that the conflict has entered a new phase. Iran's response was swift and powerful. Ballistic missiles and drones were launched toward Israeli territory, marking a direct escalation. While Israel's advanced air defense systems managed to intercept a large number of incoming threats, not all of them were stopped. Some missiles made impact, causing damage, injuries, and widespread panic among civilians. The sound of sirens, the flashes of explosions in the sky, and the fear on the ground all point to one reality: this conflict is no longer contained. In this complex situation, the role of the United States has become a major point of discussion. The U.S. has historically been a strong ally of Israel, but it is also deeply aware of the risks of a wider war. Statements from former President Donald Trump have added another layer of intrigue. He has claimed that back-channel negotiations between the United States and Iran are taking place, suggesting that there is still room for diplomacy. According to these claims, certain military actions have even been delayed in order to keep these potential talks alive. However, Iranian officials have strongly denied these claims, creating confusion and raising questions about what is really happening behind closed doors. This uncertainty highlights a critical aspect of modern geopolitics. Not everything is visible. Diplomatic conversations often happen away from the public eye, and what is said publicly may not always reflect the full reality. For the United States, the stakes are extremely high. This conflict is not just about supporting an ally or countering a rival. It is about maintaining global influence, ensuring the stability of energy markets, and avoiding a war that could draw in multiple nations. Amid all this, Pakistan's role is emerging as both surprising and significant. Traditionally, Pakistan has maintained a balanced position in international conflicts, but in this situation, it appears to be taking a more active approach. Reports indicate that Pakistan has reached out to both Iran and the United States, attempting to open channels of communication and reduce tensions. Islamabad is even being considered as a possible location for negotiations, a neutral ground where opposing sides might come together. This development places Pakistan in a delicate position. On one hand, it offers an opportunity to play a meaningful role in global diplomacy, to contribute to peace, and to strengthen its international standing. On the other hand, it also brings risks. If the conflict escalates further, Pakistan could face economic pressure, security concerns, and political challenges. The success or failure of these diplomatic efforts could have long-term consequences. While leaders discuss strategies and negotiations, the reality on the ground continues to unfold in a much harsher way. In Israel, cities are on high alert. Sirens echo through the streets, warning people to take cover. Families rush into shelters, unsure of what the next few minutes will bring. In the sky above, missiles and interceptors create a dangerous and chaotic display as defense systems attempt to neutralize incoming threats. In Iran, the situation is equally intense. Cities like Bandar Abbas, Bushehr, and Khorramabad have experienced significant damage. Reports of explosions, fires, and destroyed buildings are becoming more frequent. Critical infrastructure has been hit, disrupting daily life and increasing the pressure on local authorities. For ordinary citizens, this conflict is not about politics or strategy. It is about survival. The human cost of this conflict cannot be ignored. Behind every headline, there are lives being affected. Families are being displaced, communities are being disrupted, and fear is becoming a constant companion. War is never just about territory or power. It is about people, and the impact on them is often the most devastating. At the same time, the economic effects of this crisis are spreading far beyond the region. Global oil prices are rising rapidly, driven by concerns over supply disruptions. As energy costs increase, the ripple effects are felt across industries, from transportation to manufacturing. Inflationary pressures are building, and economies around the world are feeling the strain. In countries like Pakistan, the impact is immediate and visible. Rising fuel prices affect everything from public transport to food costs. Governments are being forced to take action, introducing subsidies and emergency measures to protect their citizens. But these solutions are often temporary, and the long-term outlook remains uncertain. The global response to this crisis is a mix of concern and caution. Some countries are calling for immediate de-escalation, urging all parties to return to dialogue. Others are preparing for the possibility of a prolonged conflict, strengthening their own defenses and reviewing their strategic positions. International organizations are also involved, attempting to mediate and prevent further escalation. What makes this situation particularly dangerous is the risk of miscalculation. In a high-tension environment where multiple actors are involved and information is constantly changing, even a small mistake can have serious consequences. A single incident could trigger a chain reaction, drawing more countries into the conflict and turning a regional crisis into a global war. Despite these risks, there is still hope. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, and there are signs that some leaders are willing to explore peaceful solutions. The involvement of countries like Pakistan, along with others such as Turkey and Qatar, suggests that there is a desire to find common ground and prevent further escalation. However, diplomacy requires time, patience, and trust, all of which are in short supply during times of conflict. The challenge is to create enough space for these efforts to succeed before the situation reaches a point of no return. As we look at the bigger picture, it becomes clear that this conflict is not isolated. It is connected to broader issues of global power, economic stability, and international security. The decisions made in this moment will have lasting effects, shaping the future of not just the Middle East, but the entire world. The coming days and weeks will be critical. Will leaders choose restraint, or will they escalate further? Will diplomacy succeed, or will it fail? These are questions that do not have easy answers, but they are questions that matter to everyone. In the end, the world is watching, waiting, and hoping that reason will prevail over conflict. Because once a full-scale war begins, it is often impossible to control. The cost is too high, the risks are too great, and the consequences are too severe. This is not just a test of military strength. It is a test of leadership, of judgment, and of the ability to choose peace over destruction. The outcome of this crisis will define not only the present, but also the future. And the final question remains, is the world on the brink of another major war, or is there still time to step back and choose a different path?